All right. So in this video, I'm going to be sourcing books from Amazon to sell back onto Amazon. I use a tool called BookMine. But if you are using Keepa, it's kind of the same process. Just looking at Keepa graphs and trying to figure out which is going to actually sell and which isn't, type of thing. But BookMine just is kind of my go-to. It seems to be the one that does the best, at least for what I'm using it for. So let's hop in. If I can get it going. Hold on. There we go. Yep. Got to make sure I got everything right. Otherwise, I'll be halfway through this and be like, crap, I didn't have my right camera on. All right. So this is BookMine. The first thing I always do whenever I'm going in here is I'll come up here to the profit meter and I'll take out good and close, because those are like the two that, I mean, like, you'll find books with those checked on that are still good, but I like to just get rid of them. That way I find the best profitable books off the rip, but it doesn't always work that way. Let's see here. This one looked good. Looked like definitely going to be a seasonal book. If it is, that's a Pearson book. You see the little P down here. That's the brand for Pearson, which I've heard. I've never had issues with it, but I've heard that they sometimes come after you, but it's definitely not always. And look right there, not eligible. Sometimes you can get ungated to sell books like this, but I don't find it worth the time. There's so many books out there that you can sell without getting ungated, but it just, I don't know. It depends on who you want, what you want to do. AP course usually means a high school book. So I bet you if we look down here, we'll see a spike during the August time. Oh my goodness gracious, look at that. So this green line right here, whenever it dips down like that, every time it dips, like back here, you can see it go up and then dip down. That's a sell. So this is the seller. Anyways, it's the green line tells you when it's a sell. The black line down here tells you the lowest used price, and then these purple little diamonds are like the buy box. So right here, whatever is right here, it'll tell you the price of. And you can see that as it gets closer to that August time, you can't even see the drops anymore. So that just means it's selling like an insane amount. And it looks like every July, August, it always seems to hit real hard during that July, August time. There is quite a bit more sellers on it now, so I definitely wouldn't expect to get it at the previous, like the high right here is like 104-ish, 105, somewhere in there. So I wouldn't expect to get it that high, but if you bought it at, what was that, 20, so that's 2019. If you bought it at 2019, let's look. 20.19. If you bought it at 2019 and you sold it, that's the high. I wouldn't expect it to get that high. So since the previously, man, it was spiked way up here though. So let's see. Let's look at the last year. Last year at this time, we were sitting at 44. Now we're sitting at 67. So I doubt that we'll be able to get all the way up there. But I bet you we could probably safely say we could get it at least 70. Whoops, 70. And then that's over 100% ROI if we got it at 70. And that's the low end. Like it could definitely go higher, but I'm just going a little bit lower because, as you can see back here, this 45 used offer count is, quite a bit lower than what we're at currently. So a year ago, the best way I like to explain it is look at a year ago where the used seller count is, and you can kind of see if it's going to do better or worse by this number. If this number is higher than this number here, then you can expect that it's probably going to do better than it did at this season right here. But since this number is lower, meaning there's less sellers on it last year than it is this year at this time, I can expect it to do a little bit worse. It's not going to get as high. But this book sells so crazy good amount that it might, it's you never know. But this one, I would definitely take a risk on this one at $20.19, because even if you had to take a real hard cut and you had to put it down at 50, you'll still make something and get something back. But I highly doubt you would have to sell it at 50. 50 would be like it would be really, I'd be surprised if it went that low. So, but that is definitely a book I would pull the trigger on and try to get something out of it. Let's see here. What I'm doing right now is just I'm looking at these graphs right here, these Kiva graphs, and I'm looking at the current price that it is right here. And you can see that it's not quite, it's getting up to the hundreds right here, and here, we'll look into it a little deeper. Whenever that's gold like this, that means the Bookmine thinks that this is like premium right here. This is a good book to look into. So if we look into it, looks like the low right now is 50.65. And we went back here. Eesh. If we're looking at the buy box, which right now buy box is a touchy subject, but if we're looking at the buy box, you can definitely, predict to get it up there, way up there. But I would never. The issue we're having right now is sometimes you can't get the buy box. So assume you can't, and you can see that the lowest used price right here, we're hitting 110s, 109s, 109s, and then we drop down. Back here, 100, 98. So we're hitting at the 100 area pretty consistently. And if we got it at 50.65 and we sold it at 100, like, we're still making $22 profit. It ain't quite the ROI that I like to get. I like to get 50% ROI, but if I'm making $20, I'm making $20. I'm pulling the trigger on $20. And that's just saying that if you get 100, and that's being conservative with this book, because we're getting above the 100 consistently with the lowest used price, not just the buy box. Obviously, the buy box is going for a little bit higher. It always does. But with the lowest used price, you can consistently say that you're going to get it at least the 100 mark, and maybe even 110. If we got to 110, that's a beautiful profit, $31 and 61% ROI. And by the way, this is Seller Amp. I've got my my prep center's costs baked into this. So on top of that, and I've got $1 extra taken out of it just for miscellaneous stuff, for like supplies and stuff for each book, which is very conservative. So it's actually doing probably up there closer to the $34 price. So it's even better than what you think, especially if you're going to get it sent to your house and you're going to do the prepping your own self, which I don't recommend. Since I've done the prep center, I would not recommend going back to the prepping my own stuff life. That was not a fun deal. Let's see here. All right. 23.54. 13.42. Let's look at this one. This one isn't going to be like a huge return guy, but probably a good 100%. Let's see. 13. Oh, looks like it's a prime offer. We got 13. Yep, prime. Yeah, it's prime. So we're gonna be paying shipping. It's not gonna be 13.42. If you don't know, that's the one stipulation that Amazon has with this method, is if you're buying from Amazon and you're gonna relist it and sell it back on Amazon for like the actual market value, then you have to make sure that you're not using Prime. Prime is their only stipulation. If you're gonna use Prime, you can't resell it, if that makes sense. So just make sure you're paying for shipping. As long as you pay for shipping, then you're okay to resell it. Unless, like, if you're paying for shipping whenever it's a prime offer. If someone's shipping it FBA, then yeah, then you're good. Then you have to pay shipping in order to purchase it. If it's a third-party seller and they're shipping it and they have free, then yeah, take it all day. So yeah, this is definitely a great book. If I could get it at this 13.42 price, that wouldn't be a bad deal. Definitely has a little bit of seasonality to it. Looks like a college textbook, possibly. Is that what it is? 365. Always want to make sure that there's no like digital update. So there might be an e-text thing that comes with this. I'm not sure. It says e-text right here. I would pass on those. I've had a lot of issues with those in the past where, you know, people have bought them and then they returned them because they realized that it didn't come with the other media. Sometimes it's a CD, sometimes it's a code, you know, sometimes e-text. And if it doesn't come with that, sometimes that's like super important for the class, and then they might return it on you. Even though Amazon says in their policy that if you buy used, then the associated media cannot be guaranteed, and that's the thing. But it just, yeah, you can take the risk. Like, I've sold them before and had no issues whatsoever, and people understand, you know, that they're not going to have to, you know, they're not guaranteed to get that associated media. But some other people, you know, they don't read the fine print, I guess, which I understand. Oh, what's up, Rake of Profits? Eat away anymore, just 100%. I'm 100% Amazon right now. Rake of Profits asked if I'm doing any eBay to Amazon. I am not currently with most things. There's the one thing that I have been buying eBay to Amazon is there's these little eye clickers. I sell those really well during the textbook seasons, but I've been doing all Amazon to Amazon mainly, and mainly that's just because I like to have the invoice just in case Amazon comes knocking, you know, and wants proof of purchase type of thing. But I am not against it. I will definitely will if the price is right. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see here. We got, this one looks good. Appreciate it, Rakin. I don't even know if I can. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out how to do where I can pop the comment up on the screen for everyone to see, but I'm not figuring that part out yet. One of these days. Dang, this one sells a crazy amount. Looks like it's kind of lifted up recently. Is there a new edition? No, I don't see a new edition. Just recently, in the last year, it's maybe because of the sellers have been popping up. I don't know. It's weird. It was going like crazy, and then it kind of let up, and then the price kind of tanked. It's weird. Let's see if we can get it at 1678. 1678. If we got it at 1678, looks like I bought this before, and we got it sold. We'll say 50 to be conservative. That's a great ROI right there. 80 some percent ROI with $14 profit. That's beautiful right there. And I would say 50 might be a little high. If you want to be conservative, like super, maybe 45 would probably be the more realistic price. But ROI at 61%, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. But I think I bought this. Yeah, I bought this back in December 2024. Let's see if I've sold it. This is what's nice about Seller Amp, is they got the little thing where you can click it and see if it sells. And if I did sell it, it would pop up right here and tell me everything about the order and stuff. But since I didn't sell it, I'll bet you. Oh, it's not here. What happened to this order? Oh, it got refunded. That's what it is. That's what it is. It got refunded, so that's why it's not on there. But I did remember buying that. That would be a good buy, honestly. Even because I think I got it at that time for 14 something. Canceling the. Let's see. This one doesn't look bad. 39's a little high. Looks like the most I could maybe hope to get it is around the 90. 80, which I definitely could make good amount of money with that $39 price, but I don't know. Let's see, 1796, 24. Here, let's switch it up. Let's look for some. It's about to be high school season. Oh, whoops. So let's look for some high school books. If we just keep that, if we keep our profit meter at checked off the good and the close, and let's see. Let's see. Yeah, see, there's not a whole lot going right here. So I would honestly check the profit meter off on here and here. Raking profit. My bad not reaching out. You're all good, bro. I'm here whenever. Be chugging away at this channel, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't bother me. Let's see here. 1791. Nice. This one doesn't look bad. Let's see. Veterinary. Veterinary books, I've gotten burnt on them. Like, I don't know what it is. It's definitely not the veterinary books. It can't be that. But it's like I bought this veterinary book and it was beautiful. I spent $100 on it, which I shouldn't have done. But I went for it because it was a great one. But when I got it and realized that that was the associated media part, and it came with a code, was supposed to come with a code, and mine did not. So I ended up selling it for a huge loss. I think I lost a total of like $50 some on that one book. So I'm a little skittish with the veterinary stuff. Anyway, it's raking profits. What's your goals for 808 business in 2025? So I got a series going. I'm working on the video right now. It's on my way to 100K. Last 2 years I've hit $90,000, and it's like both consecutively $90,000. And so I'm like struggling to get past that 6-figure mark, but I'm hitting it this year. But I'm doing it month by month, doing like I did January last month, and then now that February's done, doing a recording on how my February went. So far I'm at I think like 14,000 in sales, but I should be able to hit 100,000, but I just don't know like where I'll land type of thing. Once I hit 100,000 for the year, unless it's like in December, then I'll update it as I go, but we'll see. My spin goal, my profit, etc. So far what my spend is, well, actually I'll hop over here to the Google Sheets real fast. So far what I've gotten for my spend goal is I've hit 3,000 in January, and then in February I hit 3,500. So I'm out total of 6,653 for the spend for the year. And then last year I think I ended up hitting $38,000 of spend for the whole year. I'm trying to, up that, but cash flow. Gotta love cash flow. Gotta spend that money. Yeah, you're right. And yes, I am organized as I can be. I gotta shout Joji Davenport out for this spreadsheet. I mean, all of this right here is the seller amp deal, but all this colored stuff over here is that's Joji Davenport. He hooked that up to help me get a little more organized. I took his course, and that's what he gave that away in there. Let's see here, 29.39. Now I'm thinking, I don't know about these high school books right now. I'm not having much luck on them. Let's see. Ooh, I looked at this one. I think I might not be eligible for this one. I remember looking at this one just because look at that crazy dip right there in sales rank. I think it was that I wasn't eligible. Let's see. My own Seller Ramp. This is why Seller Ramp's so nice. Oh wait, I am eligible. What was it? I didn't buy it. Otherwise, I'd have a little deal up top here. Let's see here. ASIN. Maybe it was the counterfeit thing. There was a book that I saw recently. I forgot to throw it into the Facebook group, but it was. Oh, I'm like, no, we're all good. This one was an amazing book. Let's pop down here. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't go for this. Look at that craziness. Maybe it doesn't pop up, like the price doesn't pop up very high. That might be a reason. Let's see, we can get it for 12, 13, 21. 13.21. And I would say, to be safe, we could probably put the mid price during the season. Obviously off season it goes way low, but during the season it pops up to 33, drop back down to 22, pops up 36, 34. So let's say 33. Yeah, see, okay, that's why. A little too low. If we could get it 35, it'd be better. 40 would probably be the best we would probably want to get that, but I don't think you could. I wouldn't bet on being able to get it at 40 more than anything. I wouldn't bet on that. IPs or counterfeits hit your account rate. I have not. Rake and Profit asks if I've had any IP or counterfeit complaints hit my account, and I have not. I dealt with them a lot whenever I was doing traditional OA, when I was buying brand new products from like Walmart and stuff like that. I dealt with them a lot then. But since I've shifted everything to completely doing books mainly, and media, I guess, I haven't had any issues with it. I switched over completely from doing I did like quite a bit of E2A with like Flipmine and stuff like that, but I switched everything over recently, just mainly because of all the IP complaint talk and stuff. And really, my E2A was so small, it was so negligible that it really, it wasn't hard for me to switch over, is what I'm trying to say. Because like I have my Keepa trackers going. I have like 1,500 tracking right now. So honestly, when I wake up in the morning, I'll have like 10 Keepa alerts, and I'll just sort through those, and I get most of my buying done through that, and then I'll hop on Bookmine and do the rest of my sourcing. So it's like mainly A2A is my main way of sourcing, but like I said, I will hop over to eBay every now and then and check and see if I can't snag it a little bit cheaper, type of thing. Unless it's a textbook. I try to stick the course with A2A, just so I have that invoice. I don't know how anybody makes money with traditional OA. Convinced it's just a contest of showing off orange bars. Yo, that is exactly what I struggled with, because my orange bars looked amazing. I'll tell you, like I was, every month to month it was growing and growing and growing, but I didn't have at the time I didn't know how to like look at my profits, and once I started looking into it, I realized I was making like it was like 7% margins or 6% margins, maybe even 5% in some months. It was ridiculous. I was not making any money, and I was racking up debt because I was listening to the OA gurus, like, you grab a credit card, you'll be able to pay it off, and I knew it wasn't the best idea, but I went for it, and it hurt me. But I was able to pay off the debt. I was able to do that at least, but once I did that, I was left with like nothing. So that's whenever I started implementing books again, but trying to do it the online way, and that's whenever my business started switching around. But it took me learning that hard lesson though, for sure. the money's in selling courses with OA. You're right about that. You're right about that. I think that's the, you know, it, hate to say it, but you know, it's not the cool thing to sell books, but it is the cool thing to have a pile of Nikes, you know, selling, whether or not you're making money or not. It's cool looking. But all right, we'll do one more. We'll switch over to Joji's favorite tab over here, the Book Mind Explorer. We'll look through this and then we'll call it good. With these first, there's no filters with these. If you don't know this, the difference between the 1 and 2 is more long tail. Oh, we got a DVD here, Blu-ray. But 2 is more long tail. They'll actually show you 2 years worth of data right here, so you can go back 2 years. Don't think that this is the 1 year like the first tab. This is 2 years, so you got to look back and think like, okay, this dropped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in 2 years. You know, remember that before you make the buying decision. Oh, running low. Oh, you have a good day too, Rakin. Thanks for chatting. Let's see here. My battery's low on my computer too, so I'm about to hang it up too. All right, we'll try to find one book to look at, like this one. This one looks good. Manual of oral and maxillofacial surgery for nurses. Are we eligible? We are eligible. All right. So this is down low at 1209. Up here, 75, 75. So yeah. So like this is what the difference is. So this book does sell way up here. 75, 75, we probably got a 47 here, 109, 49. So it does sell, but it just doesn't sell a whole lot. So this is a book that you could buy for $12.09, and then probably expect to get it sold at the 75 range, and that's $42 profit and 348% ROI. But this thing's going to sit in your inventory for a little bit. You know, that's the trade-off that this number 2 tab does for you. It finds you the books that will do crazy good on your pricings.